What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If that's something you like to listen to, we welcome you to subscribe. Otherwise, you can support our channel if you just like, share, or even comment down below. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support. As a reminder, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the latest alerts on the different content and videos we drop here on the Credit Plug channel. So for today's video, I'm just going to be following up with a video we did several weeks ago about some of the changes that a lot of us have been witnessing going on with Navy Federal. Now, one of those were the unusual low limits with Navy Federal. Back in the day, you can expect to get a high limit if you have a certain credit score, right? And you still can get a high credit limit, don't get me wrong, right? But that's normally going to be for people who've been members for a certain amount of time, so they have a certain length of membership, can still get those high limits. But one thing that Navy Federal has implemented recently was lowering the maximum exposure limit for new customers who've been customers for less than 90 days. So the limit on credit cards for members less than 90 days is $3,000, and that was implemented due to COVID-19. So that's one of the things that we've seen. But overall, some of the other things that I highlighted in that video was the fact that for a very long time, and this has been going on for years and years and years. So I was just bringing light to the situation about the backdooring into Navy Federal. Now, this is not anything new. It's not a secret. It's out there. Tens of thousands of people have done this to get into Navy Federal. I was just bringing light to it due to the fact, there's a lot of people, especially, even subscribers, people in the comment section who, have served in the military. So, to them, there's a sense that, perhaps all of this, people backdooring without valid affiliations is kind of watering down, Navy Federal in terms of, what they're known for, and things like that. So I just wanted to bring some light to that. And also, out of respect of those people too, offer some alternatives for Navy Federal, right? Because you do need a valid affiliation in order to join. So I wanted to put this video together to just lay out some alternatives. I get so many emails of people wanting to get into Navy Federal, but I think a lot of people don't realize that there are other institutions out here that perhaps offer better products and higher limits than Navy Federal. And that's what I'm going to go over in this particular video. I know it's going to be controversial, but I just wanted to help people open up their minds and know that there's more than just one option in terms of your banking. And in today's day and age, you don't even necessarily want to just settle with one banking relationship, right? Because what if the one institution lowers your limits, or anything can happen. So diversifying your banking relationships is always going to put you in a much better situation. And so I'm going to go over several examples of institutions that offer better products and higher limits than Navy Federal. Yes, I'm going to give you a handful of examples rather. So let me go jump over to the internet and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll see you there. All right, so here's the first reason why I believe there are credit unions out there that offer better products than Navy Federal. So here we are on the First Tech Federal Credit Union website, and right here it just has a list of their available credit cards. So for one, so you look here, right? Their premium personal credit card, the Odyssey Rewards World Elite MasterCard, starts at $25,000 and goes up to $100,000. So you see that right here. Navy Federal's best credit card is the flagship, and that only goes up to, and when I say only, I mean in comparison to the Odyssey Rewards, that one only goes up to $80,000, which is still a high limit. But even just look at this. The starting limit for this is $25,000. So I know a lot of people get excited with Navy Federal's credit cards when they get $25,000 limits. This Odyssey World Elite starts at 25,000. So that's the lowest amount that they'll give you if you are approved. So that's one of the reasons why I think some of their credit cards may be better than Navy Federal's credit cards because they do, as you can see here, go up to a higher limit. So, case example number one with First Tech. Now, I'm just going to also, it's not just about the limits, but let's just talk about some of the diversity of different accounts. Now, here I'm logged into the First Tech online portal, right, as a member. So they have a variety of different types of accounts, checking accounts, things like that, right? Personal and emergency loans. So, okay, they have an emergency loan up to 10,000. Now, Navy Federal, up until COVID, didn't have anything comparable to an emergency loan. And as a matter of fact, Navy Federal's COVID loan goes up to only $5,000, whereas First Tech goes up to $10,000 and terms from 6 months to 36 months. And one of the ironic things about Navy Federal is the fact that they were denying a lot of people for those emergency COVID-19 loans. So, not sure what's up with that. And then you look here, right? Stock secured loan. So borrow up to 75% of your stock's value. Loan terms up to 144 months. So that's 12 years, right? Um, and then also certificate shared loan. I believe Navy Federal does have that. They also do have shared secured loans. Personal line of credit. They do have that as well. But then also check this out. Okay, an advantage loan, a short-term loan, 20% of gross monthly income up to 500. Now, this isn't a huge amount, but this is one that you can get without a credit check, which Navy Federal does not have any type of no credit check type of unsecured loans. And then this is really one product that I think really sets First Tech apart and is probably one of the arguments for why First Tech may offer some better products. So this is the stock secured line of credit. So you could borrow up to 50% of the stock's value. So you don't even have to cash in your stock or take out, like, let's say a 401k loan or something like that. Basically, they will give you a line of credit up to 50% of the value of the stocks. So one of the great benefits of that, you could leave your stocks alone, let your stocks, do what they do, appreciate, earn dividends and things like that. But then you could still tap into some of the liquidity. It at least gives you a little bit more liquidity instead of just having your stocks tied up if you needed to, leverage that in any type of way. It would be a little bit more difficult. Now, they do have, like with Charles Schwab, they have like pledged asset lines of credit, right? Or securities based lines of credit, however you want to look at it. But usually with those securities based lines of credit, the minimum threshold is usually $100,000 in your portfolio, whereas here you only need a minimum of $50,000, so the bar's a little bit lower, right? So this is a great product, especially to anyone who's investing in the stock market, and you want to leverage your stocks or your portfolio to have a little bit of liquidity. So when I'm looking at these products, there's nothing comparable at Navy Federal in terms of that. And like I said, they also have a loan, which goes up to 75% LTV, emergency loans up to 10,000 versus 5,000 for Navy Federal. And then also an advantage loan. And they have a variety of other things as well. I'm not going to go into all of it, but they definitely have some products that Navy Federal definitely does not have, and higher limits as well. So First Tech, has some competitive products. All right, now let's check out United Nations Federal Credit Union, another example of a financial institution, an alternative that offers perhaps several products that might be superior. So right here, I have pulled up. This is a checking line of credit, and let me first state, the Navy Federal checking line of credit goes up to 15,000, whereas United Nations Federal Credit Union goes up to 25,000. So it has Navy Federal beat by about $10,000 in terms of the ceiling on that checking line of credit. So that's just another example. Now, let me jump over to their credit card. So I've done videos on this before, right? So they offer two different credit cards, right? Their Azure Visa and their Elite Visa. Now, as you can see here, right? The Azure goes up to $50,000, which is on par with most of Navy Federal's credit cards, right? So, with the exception of the Navy Federal flagship, all the other Navy Federal cards go up to $50,000. The flagship goes up to $80,000. Okay, so, but then when you look at the United Nations Federal Credit Union Elite Visa, that goes up to limits of $100,000. So Navy Federal again does not have any personal credit cards that goes up to $100,000. So United Nations Federal Credit Union has Navy Federal, at least the flagship, and all the other cards for that matter, beat in terms of the limit, 0% APR for 6 months. That's pretty competitive, along with all of these other benefits too. So, you could definitely argue that this particular card is better than all of Navy Federal's cards that they offer on the personal side. All right, now I want to give you another example of a alternative credit union that you can consider. And the one thing about all the credit unions that I'm sharing with you, the membership is wide open. So there's no restrictions, no illegally going through backdoor channels. You can go right through the front door with with all of these institutions, rather. So the next example I want to show you guys is Andrews Federal Credit Union. So I went over this maybe a couple weeks ago, right? Navy Federal has their check-in line of credit, 15,000. Check this out. Andrews has a checking premier line of credit that goes up to $50,000. So 15,000 compared to 50,000, that's over triple the limit, the max limit that Navy Federal offers compared to Andrews Federal Credit Union. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is another example. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I just want to open your eyes up, to other financial institutions that offer just as good, or even in some cases, as I've shown you here, better products with higher limits than even the beloved Navy Federal. So, everyone breaking their necks to try to get into Navy Federal without an actual affiliation, these are some other options for you to consider. So definitely go check them out. I've already gone over a video with Andrews Federal Credit Union. In my opinion, I think they offer better business credit products than Navy Federal. Navy Federal might have slightly better personal credit cards, but not too far off. Overall, I think I'm gonna give the slight edge to Andrews Federal Credit Union just because their business products are a little bit more competitive than Navy Federal's, and the process is a little bit more streamlined. So these are just three examples of some alternative credit unions that you can check out. So that's all I really wanted to share with you in this video. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.